Hi, this is Ann from Design Bundles, and today I'm going to show you how to make a bow with a polka dot pattern inside in Adobe Illustrator. Alright, let's get started. Okay, I'm in Illustrator, and first we're going to create new. We'll come up here to the top and choose print, and then we'll choose letter, and we'll come down here to the bottom right and then click create. Alright, first to start our bow, I'm going to hit B on my keyboard to get to my brushes tool. And we'll want to choose a new brush. So to do that, I'm going to click the little fly out here, and we'll want to choose a new brush. Now if your brushes panel isn't open, just go up here to Window, Brushes, and you can get to all the other panels that you see that way right here under Window. Okay, next we'll click the three little lines and we'll come down here to Open Brush Library. We'll choose Artistic and then Artistic Calligraphic. This will bring up this palette, and yours might look a little different than this. If you want it to look like this, you can come over here to the flyout and choose List View instead of Thumbnail View. And the new brush we want is the 15-point round. So I'm going to click on that, and it'll add it to my brushes over here. Now we can just close Artistic Calligraphic. So let's draw our bow now. Now the thing about the brush tool is you can make the brush bigger or smaller with the right bracket and left bracket keys on your keyboard. So this looks about right to me. I'm going to click and then just draw the bow side like that. And you can see that it's really smoothed it out. If you want yours to be really smooth like this, just double click on your brush and you can choose the fidelity to be really smooth. We'll say okay. Alright, and now I'm going to click over here and draw something similar. I don't really want them to be exactly the same, otherwise I could have just copied and pasted that piece. But this is looking really nice. And now let's draw the centerpiece. Just go like this. Okay. Next, I'm going to draw the little pieces that make it look wrinkly right here. But to do this, I'm going to deselect. And the reason I want to do that is because sometimes when you draw right near a selected path, it'll try to redraw that path. And we don't want that. So Shift-Command-A will deselect, or Shift-Control-A on a PC. So I'm going to click and then just draw like this. And also make one over here. And these are nice, but I don't think it's very realistic, so I'm going to erase part of this. And to do that, I'm going to hit Shift-E. That'll bring me to my eraser tool right over here. If something is selected, you can drag over it to delete part of it. So we'll do that with this selected part right here. I'm just going to delete this section. Then I'll hit V to select this one. And now I'll get back to Shift-E, which is my eraser tool, and just erase those pieces. Okay, that's looking really nice. Okay, now this side looks quite a bit bigger, so with my selection tool, I'm just going to click it and then just drag it up a little bit. Maybe move this one down. Okay, now you can see it's kind of messy in here, and to fix that, I'm going to hit Command-Y, Control-Y on a PC, and then I'll zoom in with my Z tool. That gets you right down here, and you can draw a box around what you want to see closer. Some of these go too far, some not far enough. So let's hit Command-Y again to see which ones we want to fix. Control-Y on a PC. Okay, so I want to fix some of these and that one and this one. Okay, I'll hit A to select just the point here and move it in. If I move it too far though, it'll go into here and I don't want that. Move that one out a little bit. We'll also move this out. There we go. Now we'll hit Command-Y or Control-Y again, and everything is lining up beautifully. I'll Command- or Control- to zoom out. So we've got our bow shape now, and I'm just going to select all with my selection tool and copy. Then I'll click off to deselect and paste behind. That's Command-B or Control-B on a PC. So I've got a black outline bow in front, and I've got one exactly behind it, and so we really can't see a difference. But instead of having a black outline, I want a fill. So I'm going to switch these with this little arrow right here. and I'm going to choose green for the fill. You can see that all these pieces are kind of separate, and I want them to be just one piece or a few pieces. So let's come down here to Pathfinder, and we'll unite this with the first shape mode. And now that has become a completed piece. Now you might not have it completely enclosed, but that's totally okay. All right, let's make our polka dot pattern. To do this, we'll hit M on our keyboard to get to our rectangle tool. And then I'm just going to draw a box and hold shift so it's just a perfect square. And now I'll double click my color and I'm going to change this to red. I want it to be a really saturated bright red. I'll say okay. And now I'm going to hit L on my keyboard to get to my ellipse tool. And now we'll draw the polka dot right in the middle there. Okay, right now it's red because that's the last thing we had selected. So I'm going to come over here to my color palette and choose white. Okay, so this is looking really nice. I'm going to select both pieces, come down here to my align palette, and then center vertically and horizontally. So this is perfectly centered within the square now. Now if this jumped to part of your screen, you probably have the align to set to artboard. So you want to change that to selection. And if you don't even see this, that is right here under show options. Okay, we've got the first piece of our pattern created, but now we have to make a pattern out of it. So let's go to Object, Pattern, Make. Okay, so this is telling us that the new pattern, which is going to look like this, has been added to our swatch palette, and it's right over here. So we don't really have to have this up, so let's say okay. And now we can make changes with this dialog box. So we can make it a little bit smaller or taller, but the main thing I want to do, since it's so boring, is to change the grid to a brick by column. So that offsets the every other row and makes it look a lot more interesting. Okay, this works fine for me, so I'll get out of this and I'll go to Done right up here at the top. When we do that, the preview goes away, but we can see our new swatch down here in the swatches palette. And now we can just click our green shape behind here, and click the new pattern. And it'll fill it with the new pattern we just made. And it's that easy to make a pattern fill in Illustrator. Patterns can get pretty complex, but Illustrator did a great job of trying to make them as simple as possible for us. And now we can delete this little piece because we don't need it anymore. If you like this video and you want to see more videos like this, just hit the subscribe button and the little bell next to it and you'll be notified every time a new video comes out. All right, I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.